Ooh, ooh, So we're going to be talking about the quantum. You can't beat music. Can't be music for setting a vibe, opening up the channels, opening up the portals of communication. Um, I wanted to hop on here and just speak into the quantum, speak into the quantum field, speak into the quantum realm, not from a place of hypotheticals or from a place of um, high spirit that is unachievable or unreachable, but the quantum field from a place of lived reality, the quantum field from a place of lived choice, the quantum field from a place of how we choose. I've decided, I made a decision, I made a choice to live in the quantum field. And what does that mean? It means that basically I know from a soul level that I can have anything that I want. I can do anything that I desire. I can be anything that I choose. I know that for sure on a soul level. And the thing that sometimes trips people up is the anything part, right? I can have anything that I want. So someone will say, well, I can't necessarily be the next, you know, Olympic champion, let's say. The thing is, I don't want to be an Olympic champion. So it's not something that my soul is choosing in that way. But there are things that are in resonance with me on a soul level. There are things that make my heart flutter. There are things that make me excited. There are things that open up my field. There are things that I naturally want to engage with. There's things that I naturally want to connect with. This is what it means to say I can have anything that I want, that the thing that I want is always going to be in some way in alignment with my own soul connectivity. The things that I'm resonating with, the things that I'm reaching for, are things that are already written in my own blueprint. They're already written in my own template as things that are desiring to manifest through me. So that sense of I can have anything that I want is sort of akin to a deep inner listening to where the desire body is. Where is the heart opening? Where is the excitement? What am I reaching for the sources of my joy? And the other side of that, the flip side of that, is to be very, very, very honest with myself, which is like a deep, sometimes uncomfortable level of honesty with myself. To say that I might be reaching for something that is not in alignment with me, something that does not serve me, something that does not expand me in any way. And I could be reaching for a source of expansion. And then the question becomes why? Because basically, when I reach for something that doesn't serve as a source of expansion, so let's say I'm reaching for alcohol to express something within my own self in and of the moment, and I know that that is not going to make me feel good, right? And so then the question becomes being very honest around what is it that I'm really reaching for here? What is it that I'm really desiring here? You know, there's so many, the alcohol is just an example, but there's so many other ways. You know, you reach for the company of a particular person, or you reach for the company of Facebook, do you know what I mean, as a source of something, when ultimately there's a deeper sort of like resonance that is wanting attention. And if I go through the layer of what I'm reaching for that isn't serving, there is something that's in here that is wanting my attention, you know, and to be very present with that. That is also part of the quantum, because basically what the quantum will say to you is that yes, you can have everything that you desire. Yes, you can be anything that you want to be. Yes, you can do anything that you want to do. But you have to be a resonant match. You have to be a frequency alignment. You have to be in energetic resonance. And the energy part of this part equation does not lie, right? So it means that if I am lying to myself, then I'm going to be in that place of not being a match, or I'll be in a place where I pull forward mixed results. And when it comes to working with the quantum field, because for me personally speaking, the Quantum Business Studio, for example, is where we get to really weave in what it means to work from a place of soul connection, what it means to work from a place of quantum connection. When it comes to working in the quantum field, again, it's coming into those places of where are the contractions, you know? I am desiring to serve on the deepest levels. I am desiring to bring forward and invite people, offer things to people that allow us all to rise on the deepest levels, that allow us all to plug into our souls on the deepest levels, for us to experience ourselves as expansive, as evolutionary, you know, as high frequency. But in order to actually live from that place, there's a sense of, you know, feeling into my own self for the places that are not in alignment with that, you know, for the places that are reaching for lower vibrational things, you know, that are reaching for lower frequencies. And not to be in judgment of that, but to say to myself, well, if this is what I'm reaching for, then this other thing is definitely not going to get me there. You know, so it's playing in a moment to moment, choice by choice arena. When I'm operating from quantum, it's operating from moment to moment, choice by choice. With a deep-seated sense of honesty, with a deep-seated sense of openness, with a deep-seated sense of just inner love, inner connectivity, inner love, you know? And this is what I'm inviting people to do, you know, through the work that I do. This is what I invite others to do. It's what brings me joy, to live in a place, to work in a place where we are understanding and knowing that it's limitless, and not just from the headspace, but from the experiential place. This is where it is for me. So this is what I invite for you always. So this was just going to be like a hop on and hop off. I'm going to actually open up to greater levels of and greater layers of this conversation. But one of the things that I actually really would love to invite you into is Elevate, which is an offer that I've got coming up, that is 8 weeks of elevation, 8 weeks of really moving into those layers of choice points, moving into those layers of fine weaving. The thing about a choice point is we have to understand that there was a choice, you know, because basically a lot of times when we're operating from a place of acceptance, when we're operating from a place of putting our stake in the ground and saying, this is who we are, especially when those things aren't serving us. So I can say, I'm a person, for example, as a hypothetical, right? I could say, I'm a person that's not good with connecting with other people. Like, that's not a truth for me, but I could say that as a character, as a character description of myself. Maybe I could say it from the point of view of I'm really shy. So I don't connect very well with other people. If I am actually putting my stake in the ground and saying that that is a character trait of mine, then I am not opening up to the choices that I'm making in the midst of that. The choices that I'm making not to move forward, the choices that I'm making not to connect, the choices that I'm making not to go into certain arenas, the choices that I'm making not to be present, the choices that I'm making not to engage, all of those choices are small, tiny little choice points that are off the back of the commitment that I've made not to be somebody that connects. And so Elevate is taking us into those choice points, and it's taking us into them from the place of the archetypal patterns. So it's through 14 archetypes. 7 of those archetypes are archetypes that we want to expand on. 7 of those archetypes are archetypes that are more contractive, that are asking us for expansion. So there's elements, the 7 elements are things that we're going to be amplifying, and 7 elements are going to be things that we're alchemizing, that we're basically transforming. And the archetypes then lead us into the recognition of those little minute choices, those mini choices that we have in and of the moment. And in making those choice, that choice, we then open up a portal for something else to be present, for another part of our blueprint to be activated, for us to discover ourselves, to get to know ourselves in a completely different way to how we assumed. And so how we put the stake in the ground to say, this is who I am, And this is where we start to live in the quantum, because when we start to live in the quantum, we start to live in that place of every single thing is a choice. And if I'm choosing this, then I'm negating all of that. And if I'm choosing that, then I'm open to this. And it's really starting to recognize. So Elevate is what I'm going to be inviting you to do. And we're going to be starting on the 22nd of February to actually come to Elevate. It's at soulcoded.co/elevate. So take a look. And over the next 10 days, I'm going to be coming in here and really sharing more and more about the perspective of quantum and more about the perspective of elevation. I can see one person's with me, so say hello. Because I'm in StreamYard at the moment, you have to give StreamYard permission to show your details. So do communicate and let me know that you are here with me. And I will be popping in here over the course of the next few days, really honing in on what it means to elevate. Hey, Rachel, good to see you. I'm going to connect with you outside of this. Sending you so much love, so much love, so much love, so much love.